to the point where you can just basically shout out to Trump.
Choose your character.
Yeah. Shout out to Trump though. Like Trump, like he had like that's why I'm glad he came back and was like, yeah, well, we only got 2 genders and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause now it was getting out. Like, I think had we not got Trump, it would have been outrageous, man. Like,
I don't think it would have been worse.
You don't think so?
Remember, I'm super politically in tune. I'm looking at things you probably aren't looking at.
True. That
DEI shit was for the fucking birds.
Indeed, I can agree to that.
That shit was for the fuck. And then you want to blame plane crashes on DEI people. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
But, and for me, I'm like, DEI only stops me from getting people, because my thing about the DEI stuff is people don't understand what it really affects.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's just like, oh, okay, we're not basing things off race. And it's like, no, that's not what DEI is.
Right.
DEI was a lot bigger than that. Because of DEI, that's why you women have breast pumping stations at work.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's why we don't have men's bathroom and women's bathroom. We just have restrooms.
Right.
That's why you have family bathrooms and stuff like that.
Right.
So like that's what DEI is, not just racially based. So you getting rid of that means, all right, well then the women's pump station is about to go away. Pregnant women can't come back to work after they're done. Shit like that.
To be a devil advocate here, right?
Clever.
Just think about this. I'm 37. Now, what's crazy is before they had these breastfeeding pump stations, I rarely see anybody breastfeed in public.
That's because they were going out to their car to do it. The women been breast pumping.
But this is my thing, right? When was it a pride? I've never just, like every once in a while, like honestly, recently when they started making breastfeeding a thing, right? Was I seeing people in public doing it?
Yeah.
I rarely seen, even if it was somebody just to go away and go to the parking lot and do it. Like,
you weren't allowed to do it back then.
Right.
That's what it is. It's like we're in a day and age where it's one of those like this catch-22s where now women can pull out their titty and breastfeed their kid in the middle of Starbucks. Before you weren't allowed to pull your titty out.
Yeah.
But like that's because and this is one of the things I want to talk about later. Is like that we are desensitized to sexuality and basically mass murder, and that would be a contributing like. We're supposed to be like, oh, well, it's not titty for, pleasure. It's a titty for, for production. Right. So that's why we need to be more accepting. That's people's argument. That's why we need to be more accepting of it, of her pulling her titty out in the middle of Starbucks to feed her baby is because she's just feeding her baby. She's not trying to turn everybody on. And I'm like, but some of the way you just pull out that titty.
Yeah, I think
I can't help but look.
I really feel like people use it. That's the problem we have. That you don't know what somebody's psychological warfare is going on. So I really believe like a lot of women. That's why I don't like about the rules and regulations what's going on now, because it's loopholes to everything.
Yeah.
Like a lot of women, I get it, but some women push it just to say I can do it, but at the same time are looking for the attention behind it in a sexual way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You are pulling out your titty in public. Some of you are pulling out your titty in public just because you can pull your titty out in public.
But at the same time, like with the attention that it brings from a certain group of people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the problem nowadays. So this is a lot of controversy right here, right? So I had a young lady I used to deal with back in the day. It was an incident that happened with this girl. She went to a rave party. Takes her bra off.
Yeah.
Titties out.
Yeah.
Guy says, let me just grab one. Right.
Okay, you understand the guy fucked up here.
Right. Okay, so they made this big ordeal like, oh, she sued him and said it because she touched him, blah, blah, blah. But in my mind, I'm like, well,
no, that's sexual assault.
Indeed, but it's like, you're at a rave party. Well, of course, I'm sure it was drugs.
Oh my God!
You're at a rave party and you just pull your titties out. Like,
she was in the wrong for pulling her titties out. So you already understand how this is a problem, right?
Yes.
Like I can't say what I want. Oh, yes, I can. It's my platform.
Yeah.
I can't say you kind of. What did you think was gonna happen when you pulled your titty out? But like the argument would be on the other side is, well, just because I pull my titty out don't mean that a person is allowed to grab them and stuff like that. So,
but it had been the right person to grab it.
Oh, she liked the nigga, then
That's my thing.
Oh yeah, if you like the nigga, it's chivalry. If you don't like the nigga, it's creepy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like, man.
That I understand.
It's just, I don't know, like everything is so, it's just, like you say,
it's only sexual assault if you don't want it.
Yeah. It's only a sexual assault if you don't want it. And that's where we at with it, though.
There's a truth behind that. I mean, yeah, literally, that's what sexual assault would be, is I didn't want that to happen and it happened. But I understand what you're saying. Like,
I mean, because I feel like nowadays it should be, like, if you're going to put, like, this is how I feel like, it should also be sexual assault if, like, say, like.
If you pull your titties out, it should be sexual harassment.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because you understand, like, at the end of the day, you're still around a bunch of men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, men are creeps.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, a lot of men are very, like.
I agree.
You're not going to just pull your titties out for, like, you're not going to have no girl just come right here right now.
You're going to pull it out in the middle of Starbucks so you can breastfeed.
Yeah, which is cool.
Now.
I get it. But, I mean, it's like, if you just, like, just think about it. I mean, got a girl, pulls her titty out, say she like you. You know what I'm saying? You see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nonverbal communication is the key, especially out here. That's what I learned about out here. I never understood nonverbal communication. So out here, they do a lot of that. Like nobody really communicates verbally. Like everybody just sits back and you'll see people.
They
like
use their eyes, their body language and stuff like that, especially at that bar.
Yes. So if you watch,
have a whole conversation with somebody across the way and not
they choose and pick.
Yeah.
But like they don't like you. It's like, like why you? But the whole time I've been eyeing you and you've been, stroking your little breast, getting them nipples hard. You know what I'm saying? You've been poking your butt. Yeah, Jones getting nice and Jones. Keep looking at me. You poking your butt out a little bit because I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I notice that type of stuff. But if it's somebody you don't like, that's what I don't agree with. Like, I get it. Like, if you're going to publicly put yourself out there, understand what come with that. Or keep it private. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree that if... God, where's my cancer bag? Jesus. I agree, but I mean at the same point, that's just the wooing.
The wooing. Yeah,
they're just wooing. They're wooing who they want, but I agree. Like in the animal kingdom,
right?
Yes, you're gonna woo everybody.
Right.
And you're gonna take the strongest advocate, but you're wooing everybody, and you understand that. You pull your titties out, you understand that everybody's going to look.
Thank you.
But you only want a specific person to walk up and
it
grab
don't work like that. That's not fair.
That's not fair. It's crazy.
It's not. Like, it's like, how can you say, like, how can you be in a room full of, like,
hard dick niggas
and then say, well, I only want, if you not 6'3", with 6-figure income and can't do this, you can't look at me. But you right in front of me. And then you gonna say I'm wrong or I'm
creepy for looking at your
titties that you just pulled out right in front of me. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, that's how it's gotten though. Like, it's crazy work. Like,
it is. But women, continue to free the Ta-tas.
Yeah, free them up.
I'm just gonna look.
Yeah. Just keep them free as much as you can.
You call me creepy for looking, fuck you.
Yeah,
but
exactly. That's the problem we having right now, man. It's getting bad.
That's diabolical.
It's big time diabolical.
But again, a lot of that goes back to like that. People don't live in reality.
No.
They live in their own little fantasy world. They think the world revolves around them and everybody's supposed to play by their rules. And the reality of that situation is, ain't nobody trying to play by your fucking rules.
Yep.
Especially if your rules go against mine. And my rules is to grab that nipple.
Grab that nipple, yep.
I will say though, I've had this conversation, and I'll touch on this and then we'll roll into the plug of the week. But I have understood, like, having even arguments with like the younger niggas that like love the Andrew Tates and the Fresh and Fits and stuff like that of this world. I've always argued, like, these niggas live in this mindset that, because I hate Fresh and Fit.
Mm-hmm.
These niggas live in this mindset, not them, but the followers.
Right.
Live in the mindset of like, oh yeah, all these women are out here for all of your money and that's all they want. And you can't trust none of these hoes and you gotta be a king that commands a bunch of princesses and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, where are you finding these women at?
Yeah.
I come across a decent amount of women, and I don't run into a whole bunch of these women that y'all talking about. But again, I talk to women. So like, not just like, I've had a decent amount of women. A third of my podcast guests are women, and then I talk to a decent amount of women in public. So I don't come across these women that y'all are talking about. But I also have to, like, it might not be real, but your perception is your reality. Right. It might not be the reality, but it is yours. So if your interactions are only online, or you only go to expensive fucking gentlemen's clubs where all the women are there for your money, then maybe your reality is all these women are gold diggers.